Neapolitan Mastiff. The Neapolitan Mastiff has most probably come of the Roman dogs that were used for war purpose. The dog has memorable and unique appearance, which suits perfectly to its predominant role as a guard dog. It requires experienced master, who can earn the dog's full respect and obedience. The Neapolitan Mastiff has descended from the Tibetan Mastiff, the most ancient type of dog. One theory states that Alexander the Great initially imported the dog from India to Greece about 300 BC. Later on, the Romans acquired the Asian Mastiff through Greeks and eagerly used it in circus fights. The word mastiff is an altered Latin word massivus, which is translated as massive. The specialists from England offer the other theory and argue that the Mastiff arrived to Britain in around 500 BC and spreaded from there to the rest of Europe. In subsequent centuries, the Mastiff didn't manage to strike the roots in Europe, but it was successfully developed in southern Italy, especially near the Naples, from which it derives its name. The modern Neapolitan Mastiff was created by Neapolitan breeders. They concentrated on designing the dog, which should be bulky in size and has plenty of skin folds to defend it from serious wounds in the fight. They achieved this goal and developed the breed that was effective both on the battlefield as a war dog and on the master's premises as a guard dog. The Neapolitan Mastiff went through harsh times during the World War II and has been rediscovered by Western world in 1946. The journalist Pier Scanzana spotted the dog at a Naples dog show and right away turned into devoted fancier of Mastiffs. He made a great deal to attract public attention to this wonderful breed and actively participated in writing of its first standard. Shortly, Italy's National Registry gave the dog its recognition and official name Mastino Napoletano. The Federation Cynologique Internationale registered the Neapolitan Mastiff in 1949. By the early 1970s, the breed had earned more acceptances in Europe. The first Mastiff was brought to America by Jane Pampalone in 1973, although some specimens might have been imported there by Italian immigrants as early as the 1880s. The American Kennel Club acknowledged the breed in 2004. Today is used both as guard dog and companion animal. For millennia, the breeders cultivated in the Neapolitan Mastiff the traits of a guard and watchdog. As the result, when some threat is detected, this reserved and self-assured animal can turn into ferocious defender in an instant. It's amazing how it is affectionate and amicable with those who it granted the status of its masters. Correct and timely socialization plays a key role in the upbringing of the Neapolitan Mastiff puppy, since it facilitates the elimination of possible dog's aggression towards strangers. It is worth to remember that the breed is somewhat more probably to bite than most other dogs. The Neapolitan Mastiff is not the best option for the households with kids. The dog can unintentionally hurt the child in the heat of the game, and the damage may be pretty severe due to the massive size of the dog. Moreover, very few children can become an unshakable authority for the dog, which is a must in communication with the Neapolitan Mastiff. In general, it won't make a gentle and compliant family pet and does best in its original purpose as property and personal protector. The Neapolitan Mastiff is known to have significant level of aggressiveness towards other dogs. The majority of breed members won't put up with another canine animal of the same sex, and many of them will act aggressively also to the dogs of the opposite gender. The fact that the dogs have been reared together can't be a guarantee to a successful cohabitation in the adulthood. The good news is that the Neapolitan Mastiff doesn't possess intense hunting instinct and can be trained to live with other species such as cats and rabbits. It doesn't free the owner from being extra cautious with strange animals, since the dog may consider them as intruders into its territory. The Neapolitan Mastiff has short hair that doesn't require much grooming. You should brush the coat of the dog at least once a week to maintain it neat and nicely looking. The Neapolitan Mastiff is a medium shedder, but the huge size of the dog implies that it will lose a great deal of hair while shedding. The skin's folds of the dog are prone to get infected or irritated really easily, since the dog constantly attracts debris and dirt in its wrinkles. Regular cleaning practices are essential in order to keep your Neapolitan Mastiff's skin tidy and healthy. The Neapolitan Mastiff is quick-witted but somewhat willful dog. It shows high potential in training, which can be uncovered only by a firm and assertive handler. The dog should honor the master to follow its orders, so it's important to deserve its respect. The Neapolitan Mastiff always strives to take leader position, and the trainer should from time to time demonstrate who the chief of the pack is. Naturally, the lessons should be repetitive, frequent and based on firm but gentle treatment. This dog does have some instincts deeply rooted in its nature that they can never be removed completely. The Neapolitan Mastiff will benefit from obedience training, which will assist in simplify many difficulties in its communication with outer world. For such a big dog as the Neapolitan Mastiff, it's amazing that it demands only moderate amount of exercise. Every day walk for an hour is suffice for the dog to be tranquil and relaxed at home. Under-exercised dog tends to develop deviations in behavior, for example destructiveness or extreme aggression. However, the Neapolitan Mastiff should never be exercised too strenuously in the young age, since it may lead to lifelong skeletal deformations. Moreover, the physical activity should be eliminated right after the eating to reduce the risk of a bloat.